Welcome, everyone. Please welcome if you are joining us for the first time. Welcome if you are joining us for the first time. You're welcome. Let's share so we can get a lot of people to join. Go. Not. You're welcome. You're welcome to the Investment Net. Today we'll be talking about how we can invest in the stock market. And also how we can analyze the stock. So if you can hear me very well, let me know in the comment section. If you can hear me very well, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section if you can hear me really well. Welcome. Welcome everybody. Please, once you can hear me, let me know in the comment section. All right, cool. Faustina, hey, you are here. Good to have you here. Please, let's share. Let's get a lot of people to join us.
It's time for bed.
Faustina, thank you for joining us today. Let's get good evening. All right. So today I want to, like I've always been saying, let's share the stream. What we intend to do is to start looking at the stocks one after the other, and then once we look at it, you can decide if this is a good company for you to invest in or not. That's what we are trying to do. And so today we are starting to look at SIC, and the hope is that once we go through this process, you will also be able to do same for any other stock you see, and see if it's worth the investment, if you think it's good and all that as well. So share the stream, please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people, and then we can get started. Right. So that's why we are taking case in point SIC, State Insurance Company. You know that already. We'll go through the various things I would look out for personally if I am looking for a particular stock. And then hopefully with that understanding, you can apply it wherever you find yourself, and then that can help you when you're making your decisions on which stock to buy. So please do me a favor, share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. Usually these streams are made for the people, but then people would not join, then they'll come back to ask questions again. So please help me, let's share it, let's nudge the people who will need to join, so that when we start through, this would be a very good thing for you if you need to join it yours. So yeah, Welcome everybody again, and hopefully we can go through this. Right. Okay. So the site you are seeing is called stock analysis. The site you are seeing is called stock analysis. And so if you go to your browser and you type stockanalysis.com, you should be able to see it, right? If you type stockanalysis.com, you should be able to see it. But then again, they have an app too, so if you are interested, you can explore that. But since it's not something that you would have to do, you just do it once in a while, you may not have to worry having to get the app. So it's called stockanalysis.com. You just check in your browser stockanalysis.com, and then you have access to it. And now when you get there, let me go through the entire process. So I look in my browser, I go to stockanalysis.com. Okay. So any browser, any of the browsers, you go to stockanalysis.com. Then you go to the side menu. If you can see the side menu, you go to stock screener. Okay. The side menu, you go to stock screener on the side. And then you click on the stock screener at the side. And then when the stock screener opens, what happens is that you would have, first of all, you need to select the country that will be the stock market you are looking at. So in this case, I will be looking at what? The Ghana Stock Exchange, right? The Ghana Stock Exchange. And then so I'll select Ghana out of the list, and I'll choose Ghana out of the list. So that will be the country I want to focus on. And then it will give me stocks that has to do with Ghana. It will give me stocks that has to do with Ghana. So I can search through the list. So these are the list of all the companies that are listed and actively being traded on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So these are the list. So you can go through it and then select the one you want to analyze or the one you want to look for. In today's case, our focus here is on SIC. So I'll look for SIC, which is SIC Insurance PLC. You are getting it, right? You can put your questions in the comment section. So I'll click on SIC, and then it will take me to the details of SIC. This is where we'll start the analysis from. Please put your questions in the comment section. Immediately you have any question to ask me, drop it in the comment section. If you are new here, you haven't subscribed, please do us a favor and subscribe. Now, once you're on SIC, see, first of all, this is the current price of SIC at the top here, 1 cedis 20 pesos, and at the close of January 26th. So you know that if you go to buy shares right now in SIC, it's going to be 1 cedi 20 pesos. Are you getting me? So that's the first thing that is important to you. That's the first thing that is important to you. So let's start from there. I hope you are following. Please, if you are following, let me know. Just say yes in the comment section. Now, after that, you will stay at the overview section. The overview section. Let me mention a few things here for you. And these things are crucial. So please, these things are very crucial. Now, the overview section, you see market cap. Now, market cap is a short name for market capitalization. Market cap is the short name for market capitalization. That is how big the company is. How big the company is. I hope that makes sense. So bigger companies will have bigger market capitalization. And then this also influences the size of the market. So if you are comparing two companies, now let me give you a gist on this. If you are comparing two companies, remember there are two insurance companies on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Stay with me. There are two insurance companies on the Ghana Stock Exchange, which is SIC and then what? Enterprise Group, right? Enterprise Group, EGL, Enterprise Group Limited. So you compare these two, so I'm looking at SIC, and let me look at EGL quickly. This is how I go about it. Look at it. EGL on the GHSE on the Ghana Stock Exchange. That's the EGL on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Are you getting it? So I'll look at it. And then you compare the two. So look at this. EGL in this case is what? 3.5. That is the price point. And look at the market cap, 603. So already you should compare like companies. Are you with me? You don't compare another industry to another industry. You should compare companies that are doing similar things. And so that's why I can look at EGL and SIC. Please, if you are following me, put in the comment section, let us know. So the market cap, which is almost the size and the assets of the company of EGL Enterprise Group, which is also an insurance company, compared to SIC, I look at both of them, and now I see this is 603, this is 234. So all of it should tell you that EGL Enterprise Group is a bigger than SIC in terms of capitalization, assets, and all the things they possess. I hope that makes sense for you. All right. And also you see their share prices. Now revenue, when we say TTM, please put in the comment TTM if you are following. If we say TTM, we are selling trailing 12 months. When we say TTM, we mean trailing 12 months. Now what does trailing 12 months mean? You see, so it's going to look back 12 months ago. So it's going to look back. So I'm in January now, right? So it will pick up January from January last year. So that's the trailing 12 months. So revenue is roughly 690 million from what we are seeing here, right? So that's how you look at. So these are the high level important things. Now, another thing I'll look out for me primarily here is quickly to jump to the shares outstanding. These are the total number of shares they are floating, 195 million shares. So this is the number of shares in the market. Please, are you getting it? This is the number of shares that SIC has released into the market. That's something you will need to know. And those of you then asking, ex-dividend date. So simple, are they paying dividend? You get it from here, ex-dividend date, which means that December 8th was the day they declared their dividend. That if you buy shares, again, ex-dividend date, that means that if you buy shares before this date, you will get paid dividend. So if you bought SIC shares before 8th December, you will be paid dividend. That's the meaning. So that's the ex-dividend date. And yes, they have declared a dividend, which is what, 5 pesos, which is what, 4% from the previous one. So you see how you start analyzing it. So would they pay dividend? You can see from here that they pay dividend. We'll come to the details, but this is something you should take a look at. Now, my next most important point when I'm analyzing a stock is I'll look at the graph. You see, this is a 1-year period graph. Look, see, if you are investing in a company, the company must be growing. There's no true way about that. The only reason you are investing in the company is because the company will grow. Are you with me? So you should see this chart to be growing. I hope you are following me. So if this chart is not growing, then there's cause for concern over a longer period. The chart should be growing, so you should see the value increase, okay? And all of a sudden, if you look at the top blue section here, the top area here, the green value here is 344. It tells you that in the past 1 year, SIC has grown by 344%. I hope this is making some proper sense to all of us. So the past 1 year, SIC has grown by what? 344%. You get it. So if you had invested money from the beginning of the years a year ago, this is how much your money would have appreciated. Please share the stream. Share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. Share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. So that's what you will see from here. Now, so this is the high level thing. The next thing which most of you may be interested in, again, is straight to the dividend. So I'll go to the dividend section. I want to show you something at the dividend section. That's the thing that most of you are interested in. Then you're going to ask yourself a question. Remember, a company will pay dividend if they make profits. So it's not constant that the company will keep paying dividend. But if you are somebody who wants dividend, then you want to pay attention to that section. Okay, so you go to the dividend. I'll come back to the rest quickly. And I look at the chart. Look at the dividend. Dividend yield. The dividend they paid this year is 4.2% higher than the annual dividend. Annual dividend here means what, 5 pesos. That's the dividend they'll pay. So already you know that ex-dividend date. I told you that if you bought the shares before this date, then you will get paid dividend, right? So you know that if you own shares before December 8th, you are going to get some dividend. Please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. Now again, we go on. Then I look at the dividend history. This is important because if you look at the dividend history, you have an idea around what time they pay dividend. Around what time they pay dividend. Are you looking at it? Now, if you look at this chart, for instance, please answer in the comment section for me. Which what time does SIC pay dividend? So this helps in your planning. If you're a dividend investor, this will help in your planning. Around what time does SIC pay dividend? Around what time do they pay dividend? Around what time do they pay dividend? You will see from here, right? From here that it's December. It's December. They pay dividend. If you look at the dividend declarations are only in December. So you would expect that around that time. So you see, when you know that this company, this is the time, you see a pattern in what you are seeing here at the end of the day. Now, the pay date, please look at the pay date is when the dividend is paid. So when people say they are here, they have declared dividend, but they are look at the pay date, the days that they pay dividend. Light, thank you so much. Look at the pay date. Look at the pay date. The dividends are usually paid in January, sometimes in February. So all those in a hurry, dividend has been declared. We haven't gotten our own. Sometimes it is because people refuse to pay attention to records. Please, are you getting my point? Oh yeah, we have not look at the history of SIC. All the times they have paid dividend. When was dividends are usually the pay dates are usually in January, so it's not too. Sometimes there was even a time when they paid in February. They declared that the ex-dividend date was December 8th and they paid in February. So is there any cause for alarm that I haven't gotten my dividend? No, because if you look at it historically, this is what they've been doing. You get it? So that's the whole thing. There's no cause for alarm when you know this kind of records. Now, if you look through the records, you see that they paid in 2021, they paid in 2022, they did not pay in 2023, they paid in 2024, they paid in 2025. So you cannot say, at least it buttresses the fact I've been making, that a company does not guarantee that they are always going to pay a dividend. But at least you know that SIC, if they will, sometimes in December, you get a declaration and the money is going to come sometimes either January or February. So you do your plannings around that. Please, any question on the dividend, put it in the comment section. Let me address it before we go to any other section. Let me address it before we go to any other section. Now, if you want to ask, how did they get the dividend yield? The dividend yield, you compare the dividends like you see. And then the next thing I want you to pay attention to is that if you look at the dividend that they've been paying, have they been growing in the dividend payout? Look at it. They paid, let's just focus on the first two decimals. They paid 1 pesos and then they pay 4 pesos and then they pay 4 something pesos and then they pay 4 something pesos. So the dividend they pay in 2024 is the same dividend they are paying again in what? In 2025. You can see, right? So you've not seen massive growth in dividend payment, but then again, it comes to the revenue they are making. That's why they are paying the dividend they are paying. Any question on the dividend side? Any question on the dividend side? Right, cool. Thank you. Meaning they didn't make any good. Exactly. You get it. You are getting it. Yes. So in 2023, the proceeds, we'll look at that very soon. I'll show you how that works too. But this is indicating that SIC really didn't do well in 2023. They don't have enough. They haven't made. They can make revenue, but if you look at the revenue they made and you subtract the operational cost from it, there's not enough so that they can declare dividend. I hope you are following it. Please double tap, I said double tap, like the stream and share the stream, at least with your friends, so we can get a lot of people to join. All right. This is very important information we are sharing out here. Now let me go to financials. That's one of the next important thing you want to pay attention to. Now, the financials, there's a lot, but I'll try to keep it simple for you. I'll try to keep the financials simple for you because your job here is not a deep analysis. This is not your first time job, but just something you can glance through and know what is happening. Okay. Just something you can glance through and know what's happening. That is what I want to show you today. That's what I want to show you today. Number one, I'll look at revenue. Okay, look at the revenue section with me. Please, if you can see the revenue, let me know. If you can see revenue on my screen, let me know. If you can see revenue, just type revenue in the comment section if you can see through. Type revenue if you can see through. Like the stream. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And please do us a favor, share the stream so we can reach a lot of people. Share the stream so we can reach a lot of people. Share the stream so we can reach a lot of people. All right, good. As I'm on revenue, look at the revenue. Look at the revenue. I don't want to bother you with the rest, but let me look at the revenue and then a few other important things that you can make decision on. Thank you. A few important things. Look at revenue. We have 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and TTM. TTM means trailing 12 months. I've mentioned that already. TTM means trailing 12 months. So you know that. Now, look at this chart. Look at the revenue chart again. Have you seen a growth? That's the see. So you are aiming for a long term. Look at this. 2022 year one, two. How many years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how long term I'm looking at this. 5 years. I'm looking at the record of spanning almost 5 years. Look at the chart. Has revenue been growing? That's what you look at for. If a company is going to grow, the revenue must grow. That's a fundamental. I'm not saying that's all, but if a company will grow, the revenue must also grow. Other than that, there's no way the company will grow. It all comes from the revenue they are making or the money that is coming inside. I hope you are getting it. So you look at the revenue. Now, in 2020, revenue is almost what? 169 million, right? 169 million roughly. You go to 2021, 176 million. Not really. 2022, go. Now you see 2023, there was a growth. There's a revenue growth in 2023, but why didn't they pay? We'll come back to it. If they subtract their expenses and what is left, the profit is what they can pay you dividend with. So you have to look at the expense in that year to juxtapose it against why they paid dividend or they didn't pay dividend. But you can see that it is growing. Now pay attention to something very, very important I would do here. Now, 2024 December, 565 million. Now, trailing 12 months, I explained that to you already. 690. So if you are seeing a consistent growth in the life of the company, then it's a good stock to invest in. Fundamentally, because I mean, at the end of the day, you want to see some growth. You want to see some growth initially. So this is how you look at the growth. Then the revenue growth can also be seen here. You see YOY, revenue growth Y, year on year. This is it. Revenue growth year on year. You have to move from the right and go to the left. Please look at it that way. You have to move from the left. So 2020, 16.75. Look at what happened in 2021. Something happened in 2021. Revenue drop in 2021 if you pay attention. Look at the percentage. Look at revenue growth year on year. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Look at revenue growth in 2021. Then they came back 2022. Look at it. 2023. Have you seen that there's a sharp drop? So it has not been consistent. It has not been consistent. Some years they do well, other years they don't do well. So you look at it, the growth. You are looking at the growth. Once you are seeing growth steadily, then you can say that, oh, this company has a future. This company has a future. So you pay attention to the revenue growth. If you care, you can look at the revenue itself, but the percentage growth is a good summary for you to look at it. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Then it all comes back to net income and then net income growth. Let's look at that. So look at this. Look at this. Please pay very crucial attention. Please share. And then like the stream. Share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. This is crucial. We came from revenue. There has been a consistent growth in revenue. There has been a consistent growth in revenue. But look at this. Look at the net income growth. Look at the net income growth. I hope you can see it. The net income growth. Look at it. Those 2 years, 2022 and 2023, negative. Negative. Are we getting it? So even though there was revenue, but when you deduct expenses, you are in the negative. Look at revenue for this year's. There's revenue, but when you deduct everything else to get your net income, which results in a net income growth, what do you see? Look at it clearly here on the graph. look at it again on the graph. See 2020, 2021 massive growth, 2022 negative, 2023 negative. So it means that they made money, all right, but when they remove all the expenses they made from the money they make, they run in the negative. That's not a very efficient operation. It means that when we deduct all the monies you spend, it's like you got income, maybe your salary, but when you remove every amount you spend, your rent, everything else, then Odika, are you getting it? So you look at this clearly here, you see that you understand why 2022 and 2023 wasn't a good year for SIC, right? Now they came back strongly in what? In 2024. This year we are waiting for their last financial statement, or the financial statement for 2025, and then we can conclude. But clearly, if you look at this last bar, you will see that definitely they will make profit, because look at, already there's growth, right? Already there's growth. So you are seeing the trend, right? So SIC has recovered from 2023, and they are coming back gradually. They are coming back gradually. If you have any question, please put it in the comment section. So this is how you see from a financial standpoint. From a financial standpoint, there can be growth, but the income may not be there, or the net income may not be there, because there are some deductions that are made at the end of the day. And when deductions are made, then you come back to zero, which means that you are not very efficient in your operations. You're not very efficient in your operation. Now, shares outstanding. Remember, I explained it to you earlier. The total number of shares the company has floated has been 196 million thereabout. And you look at it throughout the years, SIC never floated any extra shares. It's been the same shares that they floated from the beginning. So that is also a good thing. Means that they have not diluted their shares, they've not done anything else along the way. Yeah. Yes, exactly. In 2023, it's a bad year. It's a bad year for them. I was even surprised how they were able to even pay dividend in 2022. I was surprised how they were able to pay dividend even in 2022. But 2023 was a bad year. So you understand why they didn't pay dividend. Yeah. So you are seeing it clearly. You are seeing in 2022, yes. So you can see that. And so you see dividend per share. You are looking at the trend. Now, the worrying thing here for dividend per share, please pay attention to the dividend per share. For the past 3 years, they seem not to increase their dividend payments. It's been the same, 51, 51, 51. Are you seeing it? So if you are investing in a particular stock, though they have recovered sharply, but it's too early. We've not seen any consistent growth in the dividend they are paying. So you are seeing an appreciation in the stock value. You see the stock value has grown. If you are watching SIC, the stock value has grown, but there has not been any growth in the dividend they pay. I hope you are getting it. So I would say that if you are crazily going to invest in SIC, your aim is that you want to take advantage of capital gain. Capital gain. Your aim would be capital gain rather than dividend. Are you getting the whole thing? Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yes, somebody's yes, yeah. The cash flow in 2023 was negative. So there's not enough cash. Exactly. You have seen it, right? Free cash flow is negative in 2023. So how are they going to pay dividend if they don't have cash? If they don't have cash. Yes. Larry, thank you for that observation. Yeah. If they don't have cash, how are they going to pay the dividend? They are going to pay. So you see that this year is a hard one. Uh-huh. West Kobe, yes, I see you. Network be all right. I hope you are getting any questions so far. So you understand, like, in essence, if you look at these guys, we are seeing growth, but it's too early to conclude. Just look at the revenue. See, we are seeing growth steadily. Then when we come to the income section, look at the operating income. We are seeing some growth, but just for 3 years, so it's difficult for us to conclude. Once we see this growth again a year or two, you can be rest that SIC is a solid company. It's a solid company. But here's my caveat. This is my personal opinion. Government institutions, the way our government institutions are operated right now, it is difficult to trust them for a long term. If you agree with me, let me know in the comment section. The way government institutions work right now in Ghana, it is difficult to trust them for a long term. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. The reason is simple. The governance is changed. They keep changing governance. They keep changing management after a new government, after every 4 years. So how long can you trust that the new government is coming to continue? So for me, government institutions for a long term are really not my thing. Long hold will be 5 years, 4 years for me. Usually, if I'm doing a government stock, those will be my thinking. Yeah. If I'm doing a government stock, I'll aim for 3, 4 years. Yeah, yeah. Because I mean the change of government, unless we restructure the way our governance work right now, where yes, exactly, Ninote, exactly. Unless we restructure our governance in a way that the state-owned enterprises operate differently, CEOs are appointed differently rather than the governing authorities, then you can aim for the long term. But SIC right now looks like an interesting pick, a stock with a higher growth potential, but we cannot say what will happen after 4 years. Clearly, you see, I mean, 2 years doing well, then back to the drain, then now they are doing well again. Can we keep this for a while? Yeah, then that's how it happened. Please share the stream. Thank you, Entry. Thank you, Entry. I hope I've made some sense too. Please, if you understand and you get what's going on, let me know in the comment section. So this is the fundamentals you look at when you want to. And this is not all, but the truth of the matter is that you are not a financial analyst, right? So for you, these are basic signals you see, basic things you see, so that you can now launch into the deep. Now, there's something I want to do. I want to compare. Remember, we say that you diversify, isn't it? So it doesn't make sense for you to invest in two insurance companies at the same time. It doesn't make sense for you to invest in SIC and invest in enterprise insurance at the same time. Are you getting my point? So if you are going to choose between SIC and EGL, what should it be? So let's say we compare. So you see there's a compare action here. So I'm going to compare SIC to EGL, which is what? Enterprise Group. Okay. Are you getting it? So good. I hope you have my screen. Let the screen load, then we can. Right. Please share the stream. Let's reach a lot of people. We are doing well today. We are doing well today. We are going to do this Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. We are going to do this Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for you. We are going to pick other companies. So please, as you have experienced today's one, please share the word. Let's reach a lot of people. Let's reach like the stream, share the stream, and let's keep it going. Okay. Now, if you are with me, I need to, if you are going to diversify, then you have to choose to compare the companies in that industry. I hope you are getting me. So I'm going to compare those two. Those two. They are the insurance companies. They are the insurance companies. They are the insurance companies. So yes, I'll do that comparison. I'll do that comparison because you have to choose one of them. Now let's just look at the chart. Look at the chart. Look at the chart quickly. And then I'll do like stock price analysis. I'm going to do a stock price analysis. So I select stock price here, this place, stock price, so that I can look at the price, stock price over the time. Okay. Now look at the stock price. Just pay attention here. The SIC is the blue one and the EGL is the other color. I hope you are following. Now, if you look at this carefully here, you don't expect all of them to be along the same line because remember, we said that the market cap is different from both of them, right? The market capitalization is different. The market capitalization is different for these two stocks. So you cannot expect them to be, but look at the trend of the stock. If you look at SIC, you pay attention to it over the years. This is the growth you are seeing. So you can see, right? And then now this is 1.2, this is what, 3.5. This is the current stock you are seeing, right? That's the stock price. So if you want to look at how the stock price has changed, but as an investor, your main aim is you want growth in your money or dividend. So I am not just interested in the stock price, but I'm interested also in what? The stock price change, which is how it has grown. Are you getting it? If you are getting it, let me know in the comment section. I'm interested in the stock price growth. Good. If I mean the stock price is not my aim thing because they are all not selling at the same price point because they are different market capitalization. So I really am not interested in the price, but I'm interested in the changes in the prices because it's the change in the prices that gives me the capital gain I'm looking for. The change in the price is what gives me the capital gain I'm looking for. All right. So you look at it clearly. You are looking at the changes. You see why those who have invested in SIC in this last years, 2024, 2025, would have made money more than those who invested in EGL. I hope you are getting it. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Larry, you have seen the point. So, yes, SIC growth is massive. Massive, massive, massive. Those who took the risk, they saw a massive growth. Please, are you getting the point? So yes, SIC has seemed to have a very high growth potential, a very, very high growth potential. But my only concern is what we mentioned earlier on, the continuity in governance, the continuity in governance. But somebody shared on the page, if you remember, that SIC is now setting up, they are now setting up agents in DVLA offices to be able to register easily. If that happens, it means we should see more surges in what? SIC. We should see a lot of growth in SIC. That's number one. And I've been saying over and over again, the Okada legalization exercise means that a lot of insurance. And so we should see a lot happening in that side as well. Yeah. Let's look at the, yes, of course. So those are the things. I see that you are getting it now. Yeah, let's see dividend yield or anything dividend related. You see, have you seen the point? So this, have you seen the difference here? Have you seen the difference? This is dividend yield. Looking at the dividend yield, or let's just say dividend. Let's just maybe stay at dividend or dividend yield, any of them, something dividend related. So you are getting it now. Look at it. Look at the dividend yield here. You see that EGL has been consistent in dividend payment. Look at it. From 2019, EGL has been consistent in paying dividend. I hope you are getting it. In 2019, EGL has been consistent in paying dividend. SIC has been on and off, but when they do pay, they pay something better. So you see what I've been saying? The private institutions try to maintain consistency, but when it comes to government institutions, continuity is a problem. So that's the risk you have to swallow if you are choosing them. You see 2023, no dividend paid, but the other guys, they pay dividend. Are you getting the whole thing? So that's it. If you are going to go for SIC, you are in for cruise growth, but you cannot be sure what the next handover will be. Please, I hope you are getting the whole drive. Let's look at something more interesting again. Let's look at this from revenue perspective. Of course, I don't expect them to have the same revenue growth at the end of the day. I don't expect them to have, okay, there's not enough data on that. Of course. So I hope, let me see if there's something on revenue growth. All right, no revenue growth comparison. Any question, you can put your question in the comment section, and then I would do justice to that for you. I'll do justice to that for you. All right, cool. So this is what I'm looking for. Dividend growth. So over the years, I mean, SIC has seen a massive growth. EGL has been consistent, has been fairly consistent, but the growth SIC always outweigh them. But you see, the risk is what you have to. Oh, add automobiles. Your dividend, no, the dividend there. Let's wait more. So I hope you are getting it. The dividend, we have to wait small. Those of you who have watched the demonstration from the, I'll go back to that again, but let's wait small on the dividend. Usually, SIC pays dividend in January from the data we've seen, and sometimes in February. So I don't think it's too late. It's still a good chance. You understand why I'm comparing SIC and EGL, right? They are the two insurance companies, so I'm comparing those two, not any other industry. If I'm comparing any other industry, then I'm not doing justice to the work. Please, any question, put your questions in the comment section. Please if you haven't subscribed, do us a favor, share the stream so that we can reach a lot of people. Yeah, we set these things up mainly because of you. So of course, that is a comparison I've paid attention to, but then of course, I hope you are looking at it from that angle. So that is primarily, if I want to look at, so the conclusion here, SIC is good. It's shown the past 2 years, there's been massive growth. And if we continue on this trajectory, it's a good stock, new opportunities coming in, expect growth but I won't aim for it for a long term because I can't guarantee a continuity in governance when they hand over. So you have to be strategic when you are choosing that stock. Any question, I will address it for you quickly. Any question, I will address it for you. Any question? Any question? You see something you want me to throw some light on, and then I'll. So the dividend I want to explain again. While we explain on dividend, I see the pay date. Look at the pay date. Look at the pay date for dividend. It's usually January, right? So and even some they paid in what? February 8th, 4th. So it's okay. We still should expect the dividend to come. I don't think it's too late. If you look at the trend of payment that they have been paying, it should still come sometime. All right. And I think it's NHTC or something like that that handles their dividend. So it should come. Any question on that side? So this is how you expect when it comes to dividend. So it is what SIC has been experiencing. Any question? I hope you have made your decision. I hope this is clear to you. Will you consider SIC? Would you consider SIC? Please put it in the comment section. Will you consider SIC? Would you consider SIC from the little you have seen so far? Would you consider SIC? Oh, actually, no worry. It's recorded. The session is recorded, so you can always make reference. Would you consider SIC? Those of you who are with me, would you consider SIC? Would you consider them? Let's know in the comment section. Will you consider SIC? Is it one of the stocks you are keeping under your portfolio or not at all? Or not at all? Would you do that comparison? Would you think about them at all, or it's not something you'll be bothered about? Oh, okay, okay. Quite a number of people. Please let us know. Will you consider SIC as one of the stocks, or you still have some questions to ask? Yeah, I mean, I would do SIC against EGL though. I mean, I'll still take the risk. Me personally, I'll still take the risk. I'll still take the risk for some few years, maybe a short period. I'll still take the risk. Would you consider? So there you have it. You have explained the opportunity there for you. There's opportunity for massive growth, but change in governance can still cripple you. EGL enterprise, you are sure of a constant growth because change in governance doesn't affect it. Yes. So if I would do SIC, I won't do for a long term. I'll do for 3 years or something, because once a new government is going to be handed over, there's uncertainty. Yeah. There's uncertainty. Yeah. Yes, everyone needs insurance. That's just the point. Yeah, everything needs insurance. So the insurance industry there is solid. It's solid. But it doesn't make sense for you to go and invest in the two insurance businesses. So what's your risk? You go and invest in EGL and go and invest in SIC. So what's the point? You need to choose one and weigh your risks and your risks that comes with it. All right. So I would do it for short term. Yeah, because of governance. But if I'll do EGL, then I'll do EGL for a long term. I'll do it for a long term because I mean it's a private institution. I am very sure that they want to maintain their governance going on. Right. So any question? Oh, a lot of people are on the call. Would you consider SIC? Just put SIC yes or no. Why would you advise someone to exit the moment there's a change in government? Well, well, it depends on where you buy it. It depends on where you are buying it. It depends on where you are buying it. Yes, it depends on where. If I'm buying way earlier, like when they came and I just bought, yes, I'll do around that time. Not wait till that time. Around that time when they are making those decisions. But you see, there's also a thing of once you are noticing even the change in governments is going to be the continuity of the same government, there's nothing to worry about again, right? There's nothing to worry about if it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same party, then of course there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. And also the policy. So for instance, let's say this Okada policy, right? And then you realize that the new government is coming, even if the election is done, the majority is still with the one that made the policy, then you can be sure that the policy will be continued, right? And so there's nothing to worry about again in that regard. Okay. Even though the government is changed, majority is still the other party, then the policy is still going to continue. So you are sure that there still be insurance renewal and this. And also, I like you to also remember there's another company they call Ghana Re. Ghana Re is also an insurance company. They say that it's coming to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So pay attention to. Now, Ghana Re provides financing for big insurance stake. So they call it insurer of insurance companies. This last year they said that they were going to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So keep an eye on that. I am sure when they come, it will be a good opportunity for you to explore as well if you are interested in the insurance. If they come, then it means that we'll have 3 insurance businesses on the Ghana Stock Exchange. It's called Ghana Re. Ghana Re. I made a video about it some time ago. Please put your questions in the comment section. Thanks for joining today. Put your questions in the comment section. Let me address them for you before you go, so that at least you have a clarity. I want you to have that clarity moving forward. What are you going to do with this stock? Is it something you will consider, or is not something you will consider? Have that clarity and know what you do if the opportunity comes. That way, you are in the right place. You have spent your time. And then let me do one bonus thing for you: earnings per share, especially those who are concerned about dividend. I'm not big on dividend, okay? So I am big on growth. I'm not a big person on dividend. I am big on growth. So dividends are not my big deal like that as at this age. Now, earnings per share. Now, when we say earnings per share, okay, it's like, so let's say, how much did it cost you to get 1 CD of the dividend you are getting? So you realize that if a company is selling 10 CDs and another company is selling 5 CDs, but both of them are paying a dividend of 1 CD, it's more profitable for me to buy the cheaper one and get the same amount of dividend. I hope you are getting the concept. So earnings per share is important, especially if you are a dividend person, because how much did you pay per share for the dividend you are getting is important, and that is what we call the earnings per share, the EPS. Are you getting it? I hope you are getting it. Then it's like the cost of the share divided mostly by the dividend that is being paid on that share. The cost of the share divided by the dividend that is being paid. So the lower it is, you are actually happy when it goes lower. You're actually happy when it goes lower. So you see what's happening to SIC here. It's like you want your earnings per share, because the price of the stock is 1. Once the dividend is getting bigger at the bottom, you expect the denominator to cause the fraction to reduce drastically. So you're expecting that to happen mostly. You're expecting that to happen mostly. But you see that this is growing here because if you look at these three last year, why are we seeing growth? Because they have paid the same dividend, which is 5 pesos, but the stock price has gone higher. Are you getting it? So that's why you are seeing this thing increase. You are seeing these things going higher, and which you expect the earnings per share to come down, because you want that fraction to let me see. Yeah, the earnings per share, you see that against the P ratio, when you are comparing them, you expect a P ratio which is lower at the end of the day. So you are seeing this value here because the share price has really remained the same, but then the share price has increased, sorry, but then the dividend has remained almost the same. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. And so usually you would expect more dividend even though the price remains fairly lower, relatively lower. That's what you would have expected, but that's not the case you usually experience here. Any question? Any question? So yeah, those who are excited about dividend, that's something that you want to pay more attention to. You want to pay more attention to. And also, once the company you're investing is spending a lot on operation, it's also cause for alarm. They spend a lot on management. At the end of the day, nothing really is happening. Any questions so that I can address it before we call it over? We just wanted to analyze SIC today. Then another time we'll look at another company gradually. I mean, SIC has been in the news. That's why I wanted to concentrate on SIC, so that I mean you would take the opportunity now. I think they have an opportunity now, so that you understand and make your moves if you want to. Yeah, I heard it's difficult to get their shares to buy now. I mean, it's expected. It's expected, but don't give up if you are looking for some particular stock. Don't give up if you are looking for particular stock. Any question? Right. I hope you understand how I got here and how I look for the stocks, how I did the comparison and all those things, and you can be able to do that yourself. The video is always available for you to refer to if you are very, very interested in referring to the video. The video will always be available for you to refer to if you're interested in referring to the video. Right. If there are no more questions from your side, I like to keep it simple. We'll be live on TikTok as well. So I like to keep this one simple. The video is always there so that you can refer to them. Thank you for joining today's stream. It was so good to have you around here and to learn together. Feel free to share your questions even in the group, and then I'll do well to address them. But share the stream with anybody who needs some of this analysis that we are doing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thanks for having you and having me as well. Thank you. Have a very good and a lovely night. Thank you. Thank you.